What's up guys, Perry from Rockville here, and today I'm going to show you how to set up the RWM65U dual UHF wireless handheld microphone system. As you can see, it comes with the receiver itself, 2 microphones, a pair of batteries for each microphone, 2 antennas, a 1/4-inch cable, and a power adapter. So one of the first things we can do is set up the antennas to the back of the receiver. So to do that, I'm going to take the end of each antenna and line it up to the antenna ports on the back of the receiver. Once you have the antennas on like so, you're going to twist the end so that they lock in place with your receiver, and then you can go ahead and pull them up like so. So this way we have a strong connection between the receiver and the microphones. The next thing we can do is set up our mic, so we can take each microphone, unscrew the end of the mic to reveal the battery compartment. Then we're going to plug the batteries inside with the negative going to the back and the positive going in the front. Then we can take the end cap and screw it back onto the mic. Then we're going to do the same exact thing for the second mic here. So now we can go ahead and turn on our receiver, and we can turn on our mics by pressing the power button here. Now on the front of the receiver, you're going to see what frequency your mics are set to and how much battery life each mic has. And you can also tell how much battery life each mic has and what frequency they're set to by looking at the mic itself. And whenever you're not using your microphone, you can actually just hold down the power button to turn the mic off, and this will mute your mic so you're not hearing anything coming out. Now in case you experience any dropouts or interference while you're using your microphones, you can always change the frequency of each channel by unscrewing the mic cap here. Then you're going to see this button here that says high, low, and this is what we're going to use to change the frequency. So I can press this button here, and then you're going to see that the frequency changes for that mic, and once you're done you can leave it there and put your mic cap back on. If you ever needed to restart your mic system, you can hold down the power button and the high-low button here on your mic. You're then going to see the ID flashing here on your mic. Then you can turn off your receiver and turn it back on. Then you're just going to press the high-low button again on your mic, and now you'll be all set to use your mic system again. Now one of the ways we can use our microphone system is with a powered speaker. So one way we can set this up is with the included 1/4-inch cable here. We can take one end and plug it into the mix out on the back of the receiver, then plug the other end into one of the 1/4-inch inputs on the back of your speaker. For today we're going to be using channel 1. If the channels on your powered speaker have a mic line switch, you're going to want to set these to mic. So next I can raise the level for whichever channel I'm using on my powered speaker. Then I can raise the volume here on the front of my receiver for the microphones. And now if I turn my microphone on, check 1, 2, you should be able to hear my voice coming out of the speaker. Now from here we can use our mic and move around freely without having to worry about any cables. So with this setup you can always use the level knob on your powered speaker and the volume for each microphone channel to adjust your volume. Now if your powered speaker has XLR inputs, we can also use the XLR outputs on the back of the receiver to set the two up together. So for that setup I'm going to need 2 XLR cables. I'm going to plug the female ends into the XLR outputs on the back of the receiver. Then I'm going to plug the other ends into 2 XLR channels on the back of my speaker. And again, if your speaker has the mic line switches, you're going to want to switch it to mic. So now I can raise the volume for each channel on my speaker, make sure the volume of each microphone is set on my receiver, and now if I turn on my mic, check 1, 2, you should be able to hear my voice coming out of the speaker. Now the cool thing about this setup is that we have control over each microphone using the level knobs on the back of our speaker. So if I ever wanted to make any adjustments, I can use the level knobs on the back of my speaker and the volume notches on the front of my receiver for the perfect blend. Now we can also use the RWM65U with an expanded setup like with a mixer and a couple of speakers. Now if your mixer has 1/4-inch mic inputs, you can use the included 1/4-inch cable, plug one end into the mix out on the back of the receiver, then plug the other end into the 1/4-inch mic input on your mixer. You can also use the XLR outputs on the back of the receiver and set them up to 2 different channels on your mixer. To do that, I'm going to need 2 XLR cables, plug the female ends into the XLR outputs on the back of the receiver, then plug the other ends into 2 channels on our mixer. For today, we'll use channels 1 and 2. So now I'm going to go ahead and turn on my mixer. So next I'm going to want to raise the gain on each channel and the volume faders on each channel. I'm also going to raise the main left and right fader so we hear everything coming out of our speakers. Then we're going to want to make sure to raise the volume for each microphone on our receiver. So now if I turn on my microphone, check 1, 2, you should be able to hear my voice coming out of both speakers. Now the great thing about this setup is that we can use our mic system with the features of the mixer, like the built-in effects EQ, and much more. So hopefully this showed you guys how easy it is to set up your RWM65U dual UHF wireless handheld microphone system. But of course, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to our customer support team through phone or email. As always, I'm Perry from Rockville, and we'll see you guys next time.